how you feel about, I don't know why they asked this either, how do you feel about Sophie Rain making $50 million?
Yo, I can't believe I'm reacting to another Michael Porter Jr. live stream.
I mean, to me, it's kind of lame that dudes is giving her 50 M's, bro. Like,
facts. That's
you
facts.
know what I mean?
The way he started it out, a lot of these dudes are complaining about women not dating them, not matching with them online, not treating them well, not respecting men, etc., etc., etc. But if you're paying these women just for being naked in front of you, you are the problem. But let's let him cook.
I mean, to me, it's kind of lame that dudes is giving her 50 M's, bro. Like,
facts. That's
you know what I mean? And it be dudes who probably got wives and kids, and they're over there in their little room being
smacking
weird.
Like, mad meat.
To me, that's mad wild. Meat.
Yo, smacking mad meat is crazy, bro.
But I mean, like, I don't judge anybody, but like, that's wild to me. Like, I seen something, she made 80-something M's in the past year or two. Like, that's crazy. And the thing about that, bro, is these girls are they're not even the ones typing, going back and forth with these dudes.
It's not. It's a whole man, bro.
They're probably talking to some dude in the Philippines who's running her account. So like, y'all wasting y'all's bread doing that.
Yeah.
Stop wasting
all
y'all
this information.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, how do you know this?
Nigga, that's a known fact. And I watched an interview of someone who runs one of those OnlyFans agencies, and they hire a bunch of dudes to like run the accounts.
Have you ever subscribed to somebody ever?
Keep it a buck. Have you ever subscribed?
I ain't never been on OnlyFans.
Went on that June.
Nah, y'all know I'm open about pretty much everything.
You see them laughing at them and going, how do you know that? How do you know that? Bruh, you can just type this shit in Google, man. I know what these girls are up to. I know that they be scamming mad people. And I never in my life would ever pay a cent. Not a cent. Y'all playing yourselves and you're f***ing up the game for yourself. Now, the weird thing about Michael Porter Jr. here is he's had like Lana Rhoades on his podcast and he's been kind of sympathizing with a lot of those adult actors. So to hear him say this kind of confused me a bit because I thought he'd be on the side of simping. Like, I thought he'd be into that. But he's right. And if you don't know what he was referring to with how much money she made, this is Sophie Rain. She's the biggest OF star that we have currently today. Apparently, she made like $40-something million last year.
I saw some rumors on Twitter about how much money you make.
That was all true. No one believes me, but it is very true.
She has made $82 million in the last year and a half.
You know how much money she makes an hour? You want to know? $28,472.
And it had people kind of confused because she was comparing herself to LeBron James.
I feel like that's more than LeBron made last year, bruh.
How much did LeBron James make last year?
Wait, just barely.
My God.
He barely beat you.
Barely.
Seeing this graphic is insane. Insane. LeBron James, $48.7 million, 2024-2025 salary. Sophie Rain, $43 million, 2024 earnings. That is crazy that she's sitting beside him. The fact that she's making anywhere near LeBron is insane. Obviously, she's not making exactly what LeBron makes because LeBron's salary and then his endorsement, she's not making LeBron money. Let's keep it a buck. But she's damn near close. And she's making a lot more than some pro athletes if she's telling the truth, which would be a stretch to believe because a lot of these women on social media and in the corn industry where everything is based off of smoke and mirrors, these women lie through their teeth. There's a complex article where Sophie Rain says, everyone assumes we do corn, but we're not doing what Bonnie Blue is doing. We're not selling sex. We're building something different with morals.
That's what the stigma is. It's like everyone just immediately assumes that we do. And like none of us, I think the most that any of us has shown is like a bikini, like a really scandalous bikini.
You're building something different with morals. Sophie Rain, somebody go on her Instagram real quick and check out what she has going on there. And if you Google her name beside whatever you want to Google her name beside, you will see that she ain't doing anything with no morals. She's 100% selling sex. So the fact that she could say that tells you that this girl does not mind lying and fabricating stories. And it's working because she's making a ton of money, but she is not an honest woman. Let's keep it a buck. But the most egregious thing that I've seen was after this Michael Porter Jr. video came out. NBA Central posted, Sophie Rain takes shot at NBA players. I just think it's funny how men can dribble a ball and cash a 30 million check without anyone calling that lame. But if a woman builds a business from nothing and earns more than some MVPs, suddenly it's a moral crisis. This is how you know, like, this woman and a lot of women that talk like this and behave like this are just dishonest and disingenuous. Because she's trying to frame it as if people are getting at her for building a brand and a business innocently. No, people are getting at you because you're trying to compare yourself to prime athletes who have worked super hard on their bodies, on their diets, on their discipline to get to where they're at. And I'm not saying that you aren't disciplined, but man, you open your legs, you get naked. Like, that's what you do. It is not the same. And you trying to say that you're just building a brand instead of being honest that you are an ex-worker shows that you yourself can't be honest with yourself. And to add further to this woman's delusion, she says, they love to act like it's all smoke and mirrors, but no one was handing me a contract, a trainer, and a brand deal at 19. I worked 14-hour days, answered every DM, edited every post. Nobody faked that grind. You answered a lot of DMs. You posted hot pictures and you edited them yourself. And you think that because of that, that is equivalent to training and working towards being a professional athlete. There's a lot of genetics involved with you, just like them, but it's completely different. You didn't train for this. I'm not saying you didn't put in work, but it's not the same. So let's not create that false equivalency, please. And on top of that, right now, you are not replying to a bunch of DMs like Michael Porter Jr. did say.
They're not even the ones typing, going back and forth with these dudes.
It's not. It's a whole man, bro.
They're probably talking to some dude in the Philippines who's running her account. So, like, y'all wasting y'all's bread doing that.
There's a whole camp or machine behind you that is replying to your DMs for you, and you're capitalizing off the loneliness and the mental illness of a lot of these men and sometimes even children. Because let's keep it a buck. These women like to gear to these audience, these gamers, these nerdy guys. They like to pretend that they like anime, pretend that they like video games, to get into those chat rooms, to get into those streams because they know those guys are so down bad and desperate. And they stay at home slapping their meat.
Smacking mad meat.
Go ahead, keep smacking your meat like that and you're gonna go blind.
Low-hanging fruit. If a man were to do that, take advantage of mentally ill, super lonely women, you guys would be on the internet crying. But it really depends on who the victim is and who the aggressor is, right? That changes everything. It's not about the act. It's about who's doing it. And that is a problem. But let me give y'all one more because she was not done. Then my girl goes on to say, it's usually men that have the most to say about OF who secretly wish they could charge $29.99 a month just to exist. So again, which one is it? Because now you're contradicting yourself. First you said it's a grind and you work so hard. Now you're saying you're just getting paid just to exist. Which one is it? Because if you're getting paid just to exist, you're trying to compare that to being a number one NBA player? Come on, stop it. You're just yapping. She's getting paid for being really beautiful and getting naked for thirsty, mentally ill men and teenagers.
Smacking mad meat.
That's what she's getting paid for, not for building a brand, spreading herself for the masses. She's just not an honest person. But this video sparks the real problem. And it's not about Sophie Rain. And it's not about any other OF girl or any other adult star that is milking the system that is in front of them, even though they are part of the problem. At the base of it all, it's us men. Every time you sit there on a screen, spending money on a woman who's never going to meet you, never going to respect you, doesn't know you exist, you are putting yourself further and further beneath them. And then you expect these women to turn around and give you a time of day, respect you, show genuine interest. These adult films, these adult stars is a quick fix for your discomfort in the moment. But that energy that you're dispersing, literally, that energy that you're losing on a screen in an unnatural fashion is preventing you from charging up and going out there and actually meeting these women, talking to these women. And because you stay doing it over and over again, they smell it, they know it feels like weakness, it smells like weakness. They don't even have to see it, they just feel the energy and you lack that. And then on top of that, you're making these disingenuous, lying women super rich. And then they have the nerve to say things like, I'm more important than LeBron James, or I make more money than LeBron James, or whatever it is. You're doing that. You are creating this world for yourself. And it's terrible. And y'all hate it. The majority of customers that are paying for any girl's OF are not happy men. They're just not. Like, there is no difference between these women and the drug dealer down the street that is serving a fiend. Because the fiend is down on their luck. The fiend doesn't think there's any way around this, and they just keep going back. They're doing the same thing. They're selling it to guys who think they can't get none. They're selling it to guys that are mentally ill. They're selling it to young, impressionable kids. It's the same thing. And don't get me wrong, I've definitely watched my fair share of adult films in my life. However, paying for an OF girl or paying for a streetwalker, y'all should be saving your money and putting that into yourselves instead of spending it on people that will never give you a time of day if you weren't paying them. If all these men today were to cancel their OF subscriptions, and if all these men today were to stop gooning at screens all day, the whole dating market would flip. These women online would change their whole tune. You would see how many more women would pay attention to you if y'all had the power and strength to do that. And y'all do have that power and strength. You just have to do it. And I know it's not easy. You're going to experience some type of withdrawal, especially for the guys that are really heavy simps. But I'm telling you, man, the bright light at the end of the tunnel is bright, and it's way better for you once you get out there and you do that.
Smacking mad meat.
Go ahead, keep smacking your meat like that and you're gonna go blind.
Like, listen to one of these Sophie Rain reviews.
An in-depth review of Sophie Rain's fans. I could tell that she don't got no type of passion, no love for the game, bro. She gave no type of effort whatsoever. I watched this shit with both my hands on my phone, bro. That is how you know this shit was some hot bunions.
They conned me.
You're one of the richest men in America.
They conned me.
This guy's not showing his face, but he sounds like he's 12 or 13 years old. He sounds super young. That is an audience that she's taking advantage of. Because a lot of these women are scamming these men. And a lot of them don't feel a way about it because of modern feminism now. They feel like they're allowed to physically scam or hurt men because of the patriarchy and because they're oppressed in some way.
But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply.
So as a man, if you know that these women do not respect you, they will scam you. A lot of these women that have thousands, if not millions of simps gooning over them, they see you as less than human, bro. So we gotta do better as men. We have to. And another sad thing about this Sophie Rain situation with the amount of money that she's making, it's kind of the same thing with Hoop Dreams. Like, you see a guy who's making $100 million a year, and then it encourages tons of kids to want to do it. Well, the same thing is happening with these girls for OF. I mean, it's always been that way with adult films, but with OF, it's like floodgates are completely open. Because there's women like this that are lying to these kids and acting like they aren't being completely naked for the money, or acting like it's so easy for you to make $50 million a year. Of course, as a business, you know, with marketing, you're going to dangle that fruit in front of all these people because you know they're going to join and you know they're going to continue to work for you so that your business makes even more money. It's smart marketing, but a lot of these girls are really getting messed up. And the problem is once their stuff is online, it's there forever. I was looking on Reddit and there's a subreddit from about 10 months ago and it's called Women. And the question was, have you ever thought about making an OF? I'm saying this because I recently saw Sophie Rain made $43 million from doing OF, which I'm happy for her. But now I'm wondering if it's even worth studying at a university to get a job. I won't make anywhere near that amount, but I can't help but think how much easier it would be for me if I had another source of income. So what are y'all's opinions on this? One girl wrote back, no, and I'm a soon-to-be retired stripper. It's too risky because once you post something, it can get leaked anywhere. It's just not worth it. Plus, this is how they get people. They make it seem like just because such and such made millions, that's how the money is. And it's going to be for everybody. And that's not true. That girl was already a celebrity, well known. That was a given. If you're fine with a permanent digital footprint, go for it. But all money isn't good money. And this is a girl that works in that industry. She's a dancer. She's an S worker. They're just dangling that carrot in front of y'all. And it's sad because a lot of young women are going to go down this road and end up messing up their lives forever. But anyways, long story short, Michael Porter Jr. was right. He was absolutely right. Spot on. And regardless of the controversy, yo, he's cooking right now. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. You side with Michael Porter Jr. or you side with Sophie Rain and the Simps. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.